right, episode 64 of the Basement Tapes. Still in 1956 here, Topps has scintillated the under 14 crowd with cards of flags of the world. They've done so with Roundup cards, not Roundup from Monsanto, but Roundup cards from 19th century America, Wild West. And now we're really dragging the kids in full core with the 1956 Topps baseball set. Legendary set in many people's opinions. Very unique set. And what's interesting about it to me is it's not that much of a departure from the 1955 Topps set, of course, with the landscape design and stuff like that. But we start to see some really cool stuff here. And just by looking at my collection, I can tell you that, wow, there was a lot. There was definitely some newfangled stuff in there that we will go through if it's not covered by Beckett and or TCDB. I have the entire set, they say. I don't have the entire master set. So let's look at I have 360 cards, and clearly it says here from Beckett, the cards in this 340 card set measure approximately 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. Following up with another horizontally oriented card in 1956, Topps improved the format by layering the color head shot onto the action shot sequence involving the player. Cards 1 through 180 come with either white or gray backs. In the 1 to 100 sequence, gray backs are less common, and in the 101 to 180 sequence, white backs are less common. The team cards used for the first time in a regular set by Topps are found dated 1955 or undated, with the team name appearing on either side. The dated team cards in the first series were not printed on the gray stock. The two unnumbered checklist cards are highly prized, must be unmarked to qualify as excellent or mint. The complete set priced below does not include the unnumbered checklist cards or any of the variations. The set was issued in 1-card penny packs or 6-card nickel packs. The 6-card nickel packs came 24 to a box with 24 boxes in a case, while the 1-cent packs came 120 to a box. There's a little typo in there on Beckett. It says 1 cent. Both types of packs included a piece of bubble gum. Promotional 3-card strips were issued for the set. Among those strips were one featuring Johnny O'Brien, Harvey Haddix, and Frank House. The key rookie cards in this set are Walt Alston, Louis Aparicio, and Roger Craig. There are 10 double-printed cards in the first series as evidenced by a discovery of an uncut sheet of 110 cards, 10 by 11. That's 110. These DPs are listed below. So 534 total cards, 86.61 average value, $46,249 total value. That, of course, appears to include all variations there, but the set, which doesn't include variations or the unnumbered checklist, would be $5,000 to $12,000 for a 340 card set. Aparicio, again, the rookie. I would guess we have the esteemed Mickey Mantle as our number one card, probably followed by the top three. Probably includes Mays, Aaron, and maybe Sandy Koufax. 68 rookie cards according to Topps. Beckett OPG. Let's look at the top three cards here. We know it's Mantle, right? Let's see here. Everybody wait. Everybody hold on to your horses, as they would say in the 1956 Roundup cards. Mickey Mantle, whiteback. Mickey Mantle. Roberto Clemente, grayback. Or Jackie Robinson, grayback. So I was way off. Koufax further on down the road there. Aaron, of course, is even further down. He's below Williams and Mays and various Mays variations, but we know that maybe we'll find out from TCDB that Willie Mays is actually in the action photo of Hank Aaron. 1956 Topps, according to TCDB, again, 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. We won't be saying that for very much longer, so enjoy it while you can, folks. Teams included in this are the Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, the Brooklyn Dodgers, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, Cincinnati Redlegs, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Indians, Detroit Tigers, Kansas City Athletics, LA Dodgers. How about that, huh? Don't know what that's all about. Milwaukee Braves, New York Giants, New York Yankees, Philadelphia Phillies, Pittsburgh Pirates, San Francisco Giants, St. Louis Cardinals, and Washington Senators. Not sure why the LA Dodgers are listed there, and not sure why the Reds and the Redlegs continue to have issues and just not move forth together. Errors and variations, of course, we talked about this a little bit. Graybacks. There are some Chicago Cubs. Well, the team cards are very interesting here, so perhaps we should talk about that. But there's some oversights by Topps here about people throwing right versus throwing left, born on dates, all that fun stuff. So we won't bore anybody with that. But there is even Don Mossy was cheated out a year of his life by being born in 1930 instead of 1929. So Don Mossy, as much as people put eyes on his card in pre-production, there was still some oversight there, unfortunately. Hall of Famers, again, 62 of them, and they include some great ball players, but they also include Will Harridge and Warren Giles, the league presidents, which are cards number 1 and 2, I believe. But all your regular 50s Hall of Famers are in there, including Ted Williams. Old Theodore was part of the top sets from 54 to 58. So we had our very brief moment in time where Ted Williams was on board with everybody else. Rookie cards, 72 recorded. Of course, Aparicio is kind of the big one. Alston is a manager. And Roger Craig is the other rookie card. He is not in the Hall of Fame. And I guess his biggest claim to fame in his post-playing days was managing the Giants to a shaky World Series. Insert related sets. There are some Topps felt team emblems, according to Beckett OPG from 1956. Not quite sure what the story is on that. There's no comments or other evidence there. And of course, I'm doing this live and in real time, so I didn't do a lot of research. Let's look at the comments for 1956 Topps. Oh, there's some comments. Clevassier says this set and the Topps pins from the 1956 are the first cards I remember opening. I'm sure I flipped them. And cliffhanger here. He posts again a minute earlier and says this set and the Topps pins from 1956 are the first cards I remember opening, and I'm sure I flipped them and attached them to my bike wheel. So Clevassier could not contain his excitement and posted twice in that one thread. Round the Diamond's back. He's telling us that perhaps the end of an era, cards that lasted from 48 to 56 Topps took full control of the market this year and would create the standard 2.5 by 3.5 card size the following year after 5 years of oversized cards and 1 year of early Bowman-sized cards. Alan Bed F says, first pack of baseball cards I opened as a kid. My mom never threw them out. So kudos to Alan Bed F's mother. We all kind of knew she had it in her, and we appreciate that. Packaging per per TCDB. Wonderful wax boxes there. 1 cent and 5 cent boxes depicted, both in their shipping form and in their display form. So kudos to everybody who participated in the posting of pictures on TCDB. See these lovely packs of cards, 5 cents and 1 cent. And then there's the Santa Claus packs from God knows when, but there's a Mickey Mantle, Ken Boyer, and Nellie Fox on there. Boy, what a pack that was. Anyway, let's look at the trivia stuff listed here on TCDB. Of course, 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. This was Topps first. It says this was the first Topps set to include team cards. Final year of oversized top card set only fit into 8 pocket pages. So the team cards are interesting, and I find them to be absolutely fascinating because, like we say, it's the first year of using them, but they kind of nailed it. They really nailed it because there's I love the backs of these team cards, and we'll get into that in a minute. But we're looking at Harridge and Giles, the league presidents. Um, Wonderful action photos there. Elmer Rallo is our first player, and he is leaping over a fence that appears to be 2 feet from home plate. And Elmer is undaunted, and I hope he made that catch. All action shots depicted in there, just some really fun stuff. Ted Williams, of course, swinging the bat at the ball. Kenny Boyer's card looks like a muffed ground ball, but still fun. Ernie Banks is rounding the bases, scoring from a long ball hit, probably, hopefully, there in Wrigley Field. And it goes on and on and on. I'm going to try to find a team card here. Dick Donovan, of course, because these team cards do have a lot of variations, but they also offer some incredible information on the back. And scrolling through would be probably smarter for me to do it in a different manner, but here I am. Jackie Robinson, nice card. Of course, one of the knocks on this card 30 is Jackie and card 31 is Hank. One of the knocks on these cards is that they recycle a lot of the photos from 1955 and even 1954. Like Hank, it's the same photo in his rookie card. It's the same photo in his 55 tops. And it's the same 56 photo that they use as well. So, and the dignity on top of that is having Willie Mays in a Milwaukee Braves uniform sliding in the home in Hank's card there. So, Roberto Clemente, I am on record saying we're not a big fan of the headshot used. The action photo looks great, but the headshot for this obviously is the same as his 55 rookie. Not a big fan because Roberto had so many great cards that followed up. So, think an opportunity lost there, but that's a me thing. Don Mossy rocking the ears and warming up in the bullpen in front of nobody. The crowd is turned. The crowd of 4 is turned with their back towards Don Mossy, perhaps trying to unsee what they've just seen in real life. Don Mossy is a trading card legend. I don't need to defend him. Let me see if I can find some team cards here. I'm getting a little frustrated because the team card, again, historic in trading cards. And guess what? They don't make team cards anymore. They just decided that that doesn't matter anymore. But the team cards, I think, are fascinating. Of course, the Cubs with their floating heads in the 70s. But we're looking at the Philadelphia Phillies, and we can kind of see the variations here. It has to do with kind of where the team name is on the card. It shifts over. You can see that there is a 1955 on one Phillies card. There's not a 1955 on another. And then I think there is a font shift where instead of Philadelphia Phillies being centered in that black box in the middle, it's offset to the left side. So anyway, a lot of interesting variations in those team cards. But the thing I love about the back of them, it has the dimensions of the ballpark. And I'm a big ballpark guy, and I appreciate that information. Dimensions to the outfield, down the center field, down the lines, and dimensions from home plate to the backstop, which was pretty important if you're stealing bases and stuff like that. So card number 72, the Philadelphia Phillies, taken at what would be Shibe Park at that point. Philadelphia has seen many great stars since the Phillies' first game in 1883. Grover Cleveland Alexander, a baseball immortal, pitched for the Phils from 1911 to 1917, averaging 27 wins per season. Among the great hitters were Cliff Kravitz, Cy Williams, Lefty O'Doul, and Chuck Klein. Robin Roberts has followed in Alexander's footsteps, and Richie Ashburn became the Phillies' 5th batting champ in 1955. So, and it lists the records, the team records, most hits for the team in a year, most home runs, most stolen bases, batting average, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of information about teams on there, current to 1955 season. And it tells you the pennant winning teams and all that stuff. So let's see if we can find a baseball player to look at the back of their card to get a sampling of that. Who can we go to here? Man, I don't know. Let's see if we can randomly find an incredible baseball player with an incredible story. How about Camilo Pascual, pitcher for the Washington Nationals? Of course, Nationals listed here. I was surprised on air a couple years ago when I saw Washington Nationals on maybe my Killebrew card. I had always assumed they were the Senators until moving to Minnehaha. But card number at 98 is Camilo Alberto Pascual, pitcher, Washington Nationals. Height 5'11", weight 165. This guy was a string bean. Born throws right and bats right. Born in Havana, Cuba. Born January 20th, 1934. So it has his year stats. We're back to the year stats instead of the season specifically being called out, as well as lifetime stats. It says there's a cartoon on the back that says, "I love trouble." Camilo is at his best when the pressure is the greatest. So I assume that means he's a relief pitcher. He has a variety of pitches that keep batters guessing. It took him only 3 years to go from Class D to the majors. So a lot of information on there about Camilo Pascual. Here's Don Zimmer on there for second baseman for your hometown Brooklyn Dodgers. So lots of fun cards in there. Of course, the Dodgers were at their apex, but they would soon get out of town. Nice shot of the the Baltimore Orioles at Memorial Stadium back in the day. So we get to see the old ballparks. We get to read about the old teams. We get very few rookie cards that are worthy of attention, but we have a lot of Hall of Famers in this set, and it really is a wonderful set to have. Fortunate for me, it's a completed set on my part. I won't go for a master set here, but very enjoyable cards to look at, and I suggest if you haven't already, go run out and get some of these wonderful 1956 end of an era Topps baseball cards. Cheers.